Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Public Opinion Court, where the truth ain't reality, but opinions are. And listen, tonight we are on day 15 of the Freaky Rico trial. And let's just say today was the day that reality kicked in for Diddy. Reality had to be kicking his ass today. So, if you are new here, I am Attorney Anderson. I created the Public Opinion Court just to have a safe space for individuals to get the reality of a real legal breakdown and also add reality to opinion so that the public can understand that, yeah, the reality, people don't care about the reality. They just care about their opinions. Outside of me creating the Public Opinion Court, I am a former prosecutor and former municipal court judge. So listen, I got the experience. I get it. I know it. I've lived it. I've breathed it. I'm never going back again. I am done with that side, but that's why I'm here with the Public Opinion Court. And I'm excited to be here tonight because, listen, clock all day long. They got clock. And let me just say, the lead of Diddy's legal team, Garagos or whatever his name, sucked. He does not need to do any additional cross-examination. He just needs to let the other individuals handle the case from here. Because what he did today, I'm like, you want him to get locked up. So let's get into the hot topics though. And as you are coming in, remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, make sure if you are that you are liking, because we got to get that engagement up tonight. But let's get into the hot topic, because this hot topic, I know everybody has had their ears and eyes glued to the streets. The parlays have been parlaying. People have been betting to see what is going to happen with Anton Massie. Anton Massie, of course, is one of the escapees who escaped from the New Orleans, Orleans Parish Jail. And listen, he said, y'all ain't gonna catch him. He said, y'all ain't gonna catch him. Like, so don't even try. Like, wrap it up. Go on about your business. This ain't for you. Let him stay free because y'all lied on him. Because that's exactly what he says. Like, y'all lied on him. He said New Orleans PD has been setting him up along with the DA. So he recently, who is Mark? Mark who? I don't know what y'all talking about. But Anton Massie released a video. Let me tell y'all something. Whenever an individual on the run can release a video and y'all still can't catch him, y'all still can't catch him. Okay, let's get into the video, because I'm 100% sure y'all know what Anton Massie has been doing.
Months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle, and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish, is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false. And she even saying it, you know, she let her know the truth, that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on, that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They say that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Anton Massie. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? You can't come around me. You're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why was I in Orleans Parish? Why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this. And telling St. Tammany if they can't get me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish in St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption. It's juggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that need to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Anton Massie was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been.
So I just wanted to use this as a hot topic because Anton Massie has made several allegations of wrongful prosecution at the hands of the district attorney's office in New Orleans, as well as the deputies, as the sheriffs, all of that. And I kind of want to see what they actually got, because when you are talking about rape, and I'll tell you this, in Louisiana has the slowest return of DNA. So in Louisiana, when they charge you, you are guilty until you prove your innocence. Literally in Louisiana, it's all over from south to north. So Anton Massie's cry for help, I feel him. I do believe, based off of the affidavit that was received, that he did not have any information on until he was released, that there is something not right. Exactly. I don't know how I don't know how he got those documents. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because he's been out, and who has been helping him? Who has been helping him? Yeah, it's not looking good. Like, with him leaving, it made it worse. But he said he ain't leave. He said they let him out. He said the boy that talking about he pulled the shank on him, let him out. He's lying. So, y'all, this is like Prison Break. Like, this is like something that is going to be a freaking movie. Because I'm just like, and y'all, to add insult to injury, they went and tried to find him and they still can't find him. He did a whole video, a whole 8-minute video, and they still can't find him. They still can't find him. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? So I want y'all to I wish they had like some kind of his aunt would do some kind of like donation fund, because if he is talking about he need a lawyer, you know how many people would donate to him to his legal fees, because Louisiana is corrupt, y'all. Louisiana, if you want to go away forever with no evidence, go to Louisiana or Mississippi or Alabama. Go to them three: Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and I'm going to say South Carolina. Go to them 4 states. Because let me tell you why. They were the hardest on African Americans during our unintentional. We ain't asked to be here. So their laws are still trying to make African Americans suffer. So it's going to be a movie. I don't know where he at, but he definitely got a lot of info, DJ, and he's still collecting information. And I'm gonna tell you like this: they got some explaining to do. They got explaining to do, because y'all didn't tell this man that woman had that affidavit that had went and wrote it, and it got signed. We do need a petition for him. Maybe I should reach out to his auntie and say, hey, start something. Start it, auntie. You already putting belt to ass, start it. So that's the hot topic. They still ain't found him. He playing in their face. I'm just like, they didn't raise the reward to $50K. They can get him that $50K so he can get a lawyer. I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm gonna slide in her DMs or her TikTok M's or whatever M's. I'm see if I can find her email. Yeah, because justice needs to be served the way justice is supposed to be served in this matter. So that is all we have for the hot topics. Are y'all ready to get into today's tea? If y'all are ready to get into today's tea, I need y'all to put a thumbs up in the chat, because y'all, today and y'all, I have not said this. This is day 15. I have not said this. Today may have been the day that it's sunk in for Diddy that he's done. He's done. And don't let nobody try to convince you otherwise. We know that yesterday and Friday still was putting on for demon time. He had demon time on his mind and he was not letting up. So I had to have a moment of silence, because we had Eddie Garcia and Derek Ferguson. You want to find out where the bodies are buried? Follow the money. Follow the money. And today, the money got followed, got delivered, got withdrawn, got deposited, got wired, got rewired. Baby, that enterprise is cooked. When I say cooked, I'm talking about every entity. Every entity. So let's start off with Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia, y'all remember the individuals who were bribed? I think they got bribed by Diddy for that money. Y'all remember that video? Y'all remember that video? I'm not going to play it because it's just too... It's triggering. Y'all remember that video? Y'all remember it went away. And y'all was like, shit, how did it get out? It disappeared because of Eddie Garcia. So make sure y'all are liking. So let's go into his testimony. Sassy Cassie. So Eddie Garcia testified that about the 2016 incident at the Intercontinental Hotel. Initially, he did not recognize when the incident happened. He did not recognize who they were. So he didn't talk to anyone. So he reviewed the cameras. He did not recognize from the beginning who it was until he realized, oh shit, that's Diddy. Oh, that's Cassie. And he didn't do his job. His job at that moment was to report. He had a duty to report it to law enforcement, regardless of if Cassie or Diddy wanted to do so or not. It is a crime. It is someone being assaulted on the ground, and you have an obligation to report it. So he didn't report it. Y'all know who ass is cooked? Let me see if y'all know, because if y'all have been here, y'all would know exactly who ass has been cooked and gonna stay cooked and is gonna be cooked and is well done. KK. Yes. KK ass is grass. KK better be on the government's witness list because KK has touched everything. Everything. So after Diddy put his hands on her, what she went and did, KK calls Eddie Garcia. And she says, hey, I heard you got a video. He said, yeah. I need to get that. He said, oh, well, you're going to have to get a subpoena. So Eddie Garcia was following the protocols. Like, oh, you're going to have to get a good subpoena for this, because that's technically how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get a subpoena. But guess what? She calls him back. And this time she has Diddy on the line. And you know what Diddy does? What Diddy do? Do you know who I am? Quite frankly, I would have said, I don't give a fuck who you are, Diddy. I got to make this $10.50, and I'm trying not to go to jail on down the road. But he ain't do that. He ain't do that. So when he received the call, again, they called him from his personal line. Personal line. He said Diddy sounded nervous, he talked fast, and he stuttered. Diddy asked Garcia for the video and acknowledged that it could ruin his career if it gets out. He even tried to bait him and say, oh, I know you are a good person. The fuck that got to do with it? He said, you sound like a good guy and could help. He stressed that something like this could ruin his career. KK is finished if she does not testify. If she does not testify, she is getting tried next. Just like Epstein's wife, KK, I don't care if you're not married to him, girl, you are cooked. You actually burnt. You burnt. So after Diddy called, like they called him twice, then called his personal line. Oh, I forgot to mention, after the first call, guess who shows up to the hotel? KK. She brought her ass down to that hotel as if anything was going to change. And they told her the exact same thing. So that's when she calls with Diddy. And they say the same thing. And somehow she gets his personal number. Like, what? So when Diddy made that statement, Garcia goes to his supervisor, Medrano. And Medrano sounds like he has been doing this for some time. Because Medrano said, I'll give him the video for $50,000. I'm like, Medrano sounds like he has been doing this for too long. So after he talks to Medrano, he goes back and he tells Diddy and KK that, you know, they can make it happen. They can get the video. He, of course, downloads whatever, puts it on the jump drive, deletes the other, any possibility. So we thought. And they have a meeting. Yeah, they meet up. And why did Diddy ask this man, did he want some tea? Why do Diddy always try to serve somebody some liquids? Because I really think if that man would have drunk that tea, good thing he ain't drinking. That's all I'm going to say. So they meet up. He gives him, he sits down. Why did Diddy ask for identification. And why did he take a picture of these individuals' identification? Copies. What do you need that for, Diddy? Oh, blackmail, receipts, just in case. And to add insult to injury, he made him sign an NDA. Y'all remember I told y'all an NDA will not survive criminal activity. This was criminal activity, which means that NDA was not sufficient and would not stand up in a court of law and would be void. You cannot make a person sign an NDA and tell them that you can't disclose this crime, as if the police comes to you, you can't say nothing. He says, oh, I didn't even read that NDA. I just signed it. And let me tell you how egregious it is. It included a $1 million liquidated damages clause for any breach. As if this man in 2016 that was making $10.50 an hour had $1 million just laying around. Just laying around. So in the handoff, Diddy had the money in a brown paper bag. It was $100,000. $50,000 went to Madrano, 30 went to Garcia, and 20 went to a guy named Flores. Now, Diddy gave this man some advice. He said, don't make no large purchases. And don't deposit that into your bank because of taxes. So he went and got him a good used car. He probably went to one of them little shady dealerships that don't keep paperwork. Don't keep the paperwork. Let me tell you how sinister Diddy is. So after he gets this video, he thinks everything is good in the world. He texts this man on Easter saying, Happy Easter. Let me know if you need anything ever. Garcia took him up on that sometime after. He was like, hey, man, he hit him up on Instagram and said, I need to get that job up out of you. No response. Diddy had got what he got and what he needed. So when he gets where he needs, everybody else is disposable. So what do y'all think Mr. Garcia adds to the Rico? What do y'all think? Let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes. We got almost 200 people in the room. Like. It's so easy. Just click that like. So tell me what y'all think. What has he added to the Rico? I got one. Absolutely. Bribery. Coercion is a piece. It's a piece. So after the video resurfaced, Garcia, he spoke to Flores and a guy named Henry. Law enforcement ended up contacting him in June 2024, where he was like, "What video? I don't know about no video." Then he went on to delete like all of his communication with the other guys. And later on, they provided him with an appointed counsel where he finally met with the government and he disclosed the truth that Diddy paid him $100,000 for the video. He going to jail. He is going to jail. He is going to jail. He not getting out. Ever. Priestess, I see your message. DM me on Instagram at Lawyer Bay ESQ. So let's talk about what crimes do the videotape cover up apply to. It applies to obstruction and a cover-up. Receiving $100,000 in cash for the video is suppression. You are literally tampering also. You are trying to obstruct justice from happening. Making someone sign an NDA with a $1 million penalty is interfering also. Use of his enterprise. His team coordinated. KK, not only did she call, she came down, she called and called again. He's using employees to help suppress the damage that would be caused to his image. So that was pretty much everything that Garcia added. He added a very, very important aspect. And what the government did today is they started to say, let's follow the money. Follow the money. And they followed the money. So now it's time for Mr. Derek Ferguson, the money guy. The money guy. Like the song that came up in my head, y'all, was with Dion, must be the money. Must be the money. That song came up instantly when I realized who was on the lineup for the government today. The government said it's time to show the money. And they did not disappoint. Tanya, when was he auctioning off some clothes? Now, girl, you done got me over here. Now I want to know. You can't just put that tea out there and not tell us. When was he? Girl, you listen. Oh, Nancy Grace said baby, who want to buy some of them freaky clothes? I don't want to buy none of them freaky clothes. Them some freaky clothes. Let them freaky clothes stay with them freaky clothes at. And let them freaky clothes be with them freaky clothes be. The freak outfits. I ain't trying to buy no freak outfits. So, Derek Ferguson was the CFO of his enterprise, a bad boy, from 1998 until 2012. Then he went to work for Revolt from 2012 until 2017. I'm going to just tell y'all now, he ain't a co-conspirator. This man was just there to do his job. But his job, unfortunately, has led to being a witness. Being a witness. So, Derek Ferguson, like I said, served as CFO from 1998 to 2012. Then he went to work for Revolt Films. I think he went to work there for the film side. It was some area. He was responsible for managing both companies' performance and at times Diddy's personal finances. So we know what he knows while we know what he knew. So he reported directly to Combs or a senior executive. He regularly interacted with him, especially during Combs' role as chairman. So there was at one point Combs went to he moved into the chairman role and not like the managerial executive role anymore. I had hoped for Tanya, I think that can be true, because when you're talking about a CPA and lawyers are two different things. Like if he said a lawyer, I would have been like, yeah, you knew what was going on. You knew what was going on. But for a CFO, I can see how he would be oblivious to, knowing, or if he did, he kept it on the low. So I think two things can be true. I think that he could have had suspicions and he had revelations. Do I think he saw? Probably not. So I agree. Two things can be true. I had high hopes for Revolt too. But I will tell you, just from some individuals who work for Revolt, it was very toxic. It was like Diddy. The atmosphere was like him. Yeah, that's why I said, Mark, don't let Mark ask no more questions. Y'all paid him all that money. He's embarrassing the defense. Don't let him ask no more questions. He reminds me of Shapiro during O.J. Simpson, which is why they removed him from Lee and put the GOAT Cochran in. Mark is acting just like Shapiro during the O.J. Simpson trial. He don't have his head in the game. He's not being sufficient or efficient. He needs to sit down. He's horrible. He's horrible. Whew, that's my rant. And y'all wonder why they over there making still X out cross all these damn witnesses. Bye, Pamela. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Y'all wonder why still has been cross-examining all these witnesses. You're welcome, DJ. Don't nobody want them freaky clothes. Don't nobody want them freak nasty clothes. So here's some more information that he divulged about the corporate entities that he managed. Bad Boy Productions, Bad Boy Films, which was owned 100% by Combs. That is very important because of how the structure of the business is allowed to be set up. So when you say somebody owns something 100%, guess where the responsibility lies? With him and him alone. He is the 100% owner of the entities that are in question. He also managed brands like Airster, Warner, Sean John Clothing. He talked about how Diddy would get paid because that's why I said the 100% ownership is very important because you can either have it under an escort or you can manage it as a regular entity. And we know escorts are primarily used for tax purposes. So sometimes he would get paid through distribution or corporate salaries. That's why him owning it 100% allows him to dictate how he can pull money from the entity. So they went into banking and finance because Ferguson he is a CPA. Ferguson stated that him and Diddy had signatory access as well as Diddy over the corporate accounts. He had access, he could access the digital, you name it, from Citibank to Signature Bank. He had access to. That's what the money guy do. Like, he has access to these entities. So they mention he used LLCs like 207, which is a New Jersey property, for various financial flows. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of flows that you're trying to do, Diddy, with them properties. What kind of flows? They said that the company, they had credit cards for executives for American Express. Y'all, So they went on to talk. He went on to talk about, which is not a problem. You just have to have a CPA to identify when you are using your card for personal use. They got to go in and properly place or pay off based off of the account that is supposed to belong to. So that was a lot of that going on. A lot. And then they went into cash flow payments. They said Ferguson oversaw payments made in cash, petty cash advance, or advances where no Amex was available. So what he's essentially talking about is the individuals that did not have access to that credit card because they were not in of authority or identified as such in order to have that access or that power. He mentioned that when Diddy was paid in he was paid in cash, it would more so be documented like in a contract. And he would have to pay it back. He also, y'all, security. He mentioned D-Rock, Paulie, Roger Bonds. He mentioned those security personnel who carried large amounts of cash that they was not supposed to. They was not supposed to. Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know what came out today? That I said, oh yeah, he ain't coming home. He ain't coming home. Y'all remember Cassie's parents got extorted? And then they got refunded. Mr. Ferguson identified it. He identified a wire that came in from Cassie's dad for $20,000. And he identified a wire going to Cassie for $20,000. Is he done or is he done or is he burnt? You cannot do that. That is extortion. You have literally extorted, took the money that was placed into a business account, and then you wired it back. That is extortion. You can't do that. He is done. It is over for him. Over. OVER, all caps. It's giving Rico. That's what it's giving that. It is that. It is totally Rico. We need a choir. He had more baby oil than common sense. Baby, where my gavel at? It is over for him. So, Ferguson, he departed and went to work for Revolt Films as Chief Growth Officer at Revolt. He served in that role from 2017 until October 2017. No, November 2017, and he left. The prosecution asked, was there any occasions from 2017 when you left that Diddy would reach out to you? He was like, on occasions, there may be a Merry Christmas or something like that. But, it wasn't anything of significance. They said, when was the last time he reached out to you? September 16th, 2024. Do y'all know the significance of that date? I'm going to let y'all think about the significance of that date. But Diddy text him, hey, man, how you doing? I'm in New York. Can we meet up? I need some advice. What kind of advice do you need, Diddy? So are y'all still trying to figure out what the significance of September 16th, 2024? I'm going to give y'all time. While I'm giving y'all time, I need y'all to go ahead and give me one of them likes. Go ahead and give me one of them likes. Now somebody said ChatGPT. Now somebody said ChatGPT. You will. You are a mess. Yes, the day he got the night he got arrested. The night. So explain to me, why was he trying to meet with him on see, he didn't know he was going to get arrested. He thought that he could turn himself in the following day. But they said, we coming to get you. We coming to get you, Diddy? No, you ain't. You got to come with us. Come on, Diddy. But luckily for Ferguson, he was on his way to South Carolina and he never responded. Never responded. Y'all. See, Diddy is the kind of client you hate and you love. You hate it because they do dumb shit like that fucks up the case. You love it because he has endless amount of money to pay you to fix his fuck ups. Why instantly I heard Lauryn Hill? Why instantly I heard Lauryn Hill? Endless amount of money. So let's talk about some of the potential crimes that were identified. So the use of his LLCs as shell structures and movement of cash may raise money laundering red flags if transactions were not reported. We already know, based on Mia's testimony and Capricorn Clark, he would receive these large amount of money when he would go overseas and never report it, which means that you're not only violating that country, but the United States. Not to mention, you are also, hold on. You are also walking around with large quantities of money. And like that $100,000, like that $20,000 extortion, that is money laundering. Whenever you transfer something more than $10,000, that is a crime. It is money laundering. I do my Amazon page. I have an Amazon skincare page where I, let all the girlies know about what I use on my skin. So thank you. The $20K transfer that I said may reflect and pass through or be considered coercive financial control. Ferguson testimony also helps clarify internal control weaknesses, reliance on informal cash systems, and personal professional financial blending. Now, the potential extortion and money laundering elements that I'm like, yeah, is there. When you have cash payments matched to contracts are suspicious if documentation was manipulated. We know it was we know he ain't truthful. The use of NDAs. When you try to use an NDA to tell somebody you can't report my crime, and if you do, you're going to have to pay me, baby, that's extortion. That's also coercion. That's also tampering. It is so much. Any bank transfers involving inner circle members may support Rico predicate acts if part of a broader scheme. Listen, as Umberta said on Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was a scheme that Todd set up. It was a scheme that Todd set up to bring us the bullshit. It was a scheme that Diddy set up to bring us the bullshit. And Combs' direct control over corporate accounts and lack of clear segregation between business and personal funds could aid in a money laundering theory. Rico, 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 Rico. think this is the last one. Yeah. So let's talk about what his testimony, the elements that his testimony goes to in the counts. Now, his testimony, hold on. Did I? Hold on. Yes, I did that one. What his testimony aids in is it describes Diddy's full ownership and control over companies like Bad Boy Productions and Sean John. You want someone that can confirm who is the real owner. And we know Diddy is the only owner, 100%, nobody else. Diddy demonstrated a role in directing business and personal financial activities. Because Ferguson had signatory power over multiple bank accounts, he knew where the money was being moved. Integrity, I don't care. I don't. What you think that's going to do to me? What you think you telling me that something that annoys you is going to do to me? That's a personal problem that you need to take up with self. And you wasted like 40 characters telling me that. Just rude. Y'all know when people, like, it be people that be so miserable in their own self. They got to identify something to annoy somebody and try to make somebody else have the same miserable energy that they have. I'm out here educating people on the law, and this person is worried about smacking of the lips. So back to me educating the law and not educating negative energy. One, when he noted that there was an internal transfer of the $20K to Cassie's father, that was another slam dunk. Where my gavel at? They just kept hitting the gavel today. Yeah, shit, that was super rude, Cassie. Sassy Cassie. So, money laundering indicators. Large cash payments that match to contracts raise concerns of concealment. Why are you doing that, Diddy? Intermingling personal and corporate funds aids in money laundering theory. So what predicate offenses were identified? Money laundering, wire fraud, obstruction of justice. Which means it's over for you, Diddy. So the testimony today, because y'all know I like to sum it up. Y'all know I like to sum it up for y'all. All this in 3 weeks listen, and they ain't even done. They ain't even done. They ain't done. It's still some more. Whew, y'all. So, just today alone, they have slammed the door on the enterprise, the existence of the enterprise, who was the head of the enterprise. identify a pattern of racketeering activity. Now, listen, you only need to meet 2. We have talked about kidnapping, forced labor, obstruction, y'all, bribery. If you think they have not met the racketeering counts, we got to go to the doctor. We got to get your brain checked. We got to see what's going on up there. They slammed the door on the connection of the enterprise and criminal activity, especially today. Especially today. When you got KK, trifling ass, calling Eddie, harassing him, going up to his job, getting that man to give her access, co-conspirator, 2 or more people, Diddy and KK. And we're going to talk about them security after that. So, on top of that, today, witness tampering, when he paid this man and told him not to say anything and then made him sign an NDA. That goes along with obstruction of justice. There was extortion, money laundering, bribery, Rico. It's over, Diddy. It's over. It's over. And we are only on week 3. KK is going down. KK, it's over for you. It's over for you. And KK put out such a sadistic freaking statement when this all hits the fan, taking no accountability, making it seem like she didn't do anything. KK, you are going down. KK, you are a horrible person. KK, you need to tell the truth. KK, you are a co-conspirator. KK, you knew what he was doing. KK. KK, you're going down. Roger Buns, you're going down. D-Rock, because y'all know D-Rock was trying to tamper with Mia. D-Rock called Mia right after the lawsuit dropped and was like, you know that ain't happened. D-Rock was trying to pay her off. D-Rock had Diddy on in his vicinity. D-Rock had her knowing that Diddy was trying to reach her. Polly kidnapped Clark. Dang, I put the wrong person in timeout. Good Lord, I put the wrong person in timeout. So, anybody that think Donald Trump is pardoning him, understand this. Diddy went on a campaign against Trump. When Trump, what was it, 2016, also 2020, he went on a campaign. If you think he's going to pardon him, Think again. And even if he do, y'all, justice was served. If the jury finds him guilty, justice was served. So, y'all, that is the breakdown. He ain't even, Trump did not assist Epstein, and he was in office during the Epstein debacle. So, and he was at Epstein house. They was friends. Yeah. So, today was very interesting. Today was great for the government. Today was horrible for the defense. They got their ass kicked. And I mean, Greg embarrassed the hell out of them today. So, I did not say if he gets pardoned, justice is served. What I stated, Frankie, was if he gets pardoned, justice was served in the format of the individuals, the jurors who decided his fate, found him guilty. That means justice was served. I said it right. So don't be mixing my words and trying to say it's something different when it's not. Thank you. I tried to, give it to y'all how it needs to be given. I try. Yes, unfortunately, that comes back. Unfortunately, I think, let me tell you what I think what Trump would do. He would probably hit him with a clemency. That way he can still have that stain on his identity and he gets none of his fortune back. That's what I would see. That's what I would call. But you have to wait at least 5 years for that. So that's how I would predict it. Tomorrow, who they said is testifying tomorrow? Whoever testifying tomorrow, I gotta look at my notes, is going to be explosive too. It's going down. All the way down. I need Greg to stay off the fucking cross-examination. He is ruining the defense case. After they gain momentum, then you bring your little ass up there because you are the lead attorney and you suck. You suck. We are back at it tomorrow, 6:45 Central Standard Time. Y'all know what to do. If you are new here, make sure you are liking and subscribing. And also don't forget to visit Real Life Street Stars website to get your merch, because this is a collaboration between Public Opinion Court and Real Life Street Stars. We are breaking down the Diddy trial and doing a recap each and every night, Monday through Friday. You can follow me on my personal page, Loria Bay ESQ. Follow, and not follow, but like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Public Opinion Court. Also, my TikTok is The Public Opinion Court. And my fan base. which I'm going over there for 8:30, where we do the after dark, and we just, we let our hair down at the public opinion court room, and we just dive into it. I let people ask questions. It gets real comfortable because it's a chat. It's a chat. And don't forget, if you are in need of business services like business formation, templates, intellectual property, crisis management, visit us at the BYOB firm. Book your consultation today. And you can also get a copy of my book, Shut Up and Prosecute, at Amazon.com. So I will be seeing y'all tomorrow, 6:45, because, baby, today was just the start of the rest of the week. And the rest of the week ain't looking good for Freaky Diddy and the Freaky Rico defense team. But we gonna get into it. Y'all have an amazing night. I will see y'all tomorrow. And yeah, keep that energy going. Okay? Y'all have a good day tomorrow.